Hey G-fans, GojiFan93 here, and welcome to the next part of Kong-a-thon. In this one we take a look at Son of Kong. This movie is the direct sequel to the first movie, also in the same year, 1933. So, first off, before I was wanting to watch it, I was kind of, a little bit worried that it wouldn't be as good. It's kind of one of those King Kong movies that not a lot of people talk about, and it was extremely hard to find a website where I could watch this movie off of. Like, I spent a good 20 minutes trying to find a place to watch. I'm like, wow, I might not be able to do the review because I can't find a place to watch the movie, but I managed to find it, and you can also buy it on DVD, but I didn't want to wait for shipping and all that stuff, so... this movie came out the same year as the first one, so I was worried that it would be like a kind of a rush production, which it kind of was, oh well, we'll get right into the story. So, this takes place right after the events that happened in the the first King Kong movie, after King Kong basically destroyed a lot of New York, and now Denham is faced with charges, and he's being sued by everybody. He's gonna get indicted, and which makes sense. I mean, when I watched the first one, I was thinking, is he gonna get off scot-free? Like, I always thought about the after effect of the first movie, and like, is he gonna go to jail or something? Because it's kind of his responsibility. But he's actually getting, charges and all that stuff. So it's realistic in that way. But then I think his old, oh gosh, I don't remember the name, Eaglehorn, I believe is his name. He comes back to him saying that, hey, you can work for me, we'll do like, a bunch of cargo shipping stuff like that, and we'll try to make a living that way and pay back whatever. Then they go off, and they go on to this one island, this one port. I don't remember exactly, something Kang or something, I don't remember completely. And this is where they meet the girl. Oh gosh, I totally forgot her name, of course, but it's alright. This movie was, a lot of the things that happened in this movie was really quick, so, but they meet up actually with this other guy who I guess was the guy who gave Denham the map to Skull Island in the first place, and so we actually get to see this guy, but long story short, he ends up, I guess, killing the father of the daughter, the main female character in it, and that kind of plays in later in the movie, which I thought was actually pretty clever how they set that all up. So she actually finds a way to get onto the boat. But what they end up doing is that the guy, his role is kind of important because he's the reason that they go back to Skull Island. The reason that they want to go back is because there's treasure, apparently. And I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, come on, really? Like, treasure? That's why they want to go back to that horrible island? Okay, sure. But of course, Denham goes back, and they all go back to the place. But then the sailors, his new crew, the guy, I don't remember his name, but he tells everybody, like, oh yeah, there's like a dozen men that died the last time they came on this island, and so there's just a bunch of mutiny, and they don't want to do it, and they make them go on a lifeboat and make them sail on their own, and they're like, we're gonna stay over here doing our thing, and Denham and you guys, like the captain, Eaglehorn, all you guys can go to the island. We're not gonna go. So they toss them over onto a boat and stuff. So they're on their own. So no big crew this time, which is fine because in the last movie they died off so quickly. I didn't even care about those characters. So. But they get to Skull Island, and they meet up with the natives, which this scene was pretty funny. I actually really thought it was hilarious, and they're just like, oh, maybe the natives will be happy to see us again because we took care of Kong, and like right when they get on shore, a spear just lands right next to them. They're like, oh, okay, never mind. They're still pissed at us for having Kong coming out of the doors and destroying their village. But so they go around in another way, and we actually just see the Son of Kong like super quickly. Like there wasn't any anticipation, there wasn't any setup or build up to him. It just, the next frame is just like boom, oh, you already see him. So this is the part where the movie gets really, I say, child friendly, and that's fine. I mean, I almost said Godzilla Jr. Kong Jr. or Little Kong, however you want to call it. This has got to be the cutest thing I've ever seen next to little Godzilla from Space Godzilla. I mean, it's like he is the most adorable thing ever compared to what King Kong was to now his son is just the cutest thing, and he's just like, you know, but he helps them fight off some dinosaurs, or well, not really dinosaurs actually. The first thing that he fights is like a giant bear-looking thing, and then the other thing is some kind of reptile-looking snake thing. I don't really know, but there actually was treasure on the island. They get the treasure, and you know, it's just the little things that little Kong does is just so cute, and the animation and his facial animation as well is just so cute, and I really love the way that they animated him. I guess I can't think of another better word for it, but it's just a really cute character, I would actually think, and I actually really did get connected to little Kong, even though there's like, he doesn't have a lot of screen time. I mean, the movie's called Son of Kong, but I mean, he's in the movie like the last, what, 10-15 minutes, or well, 20 minutes I'd say. I mean, he might even have a shorter screen time than Godzilla 2014. Oh no, I'm just kidding. So yeah, but you know, for the scenes that he's there, he's like the cutest thing. For like, there was this one scene where Denim and the girl were they were in front of a fire, and like, you see out of the side of the rocks, like out of the wall here, you see like little Kong come out, but they're having like a little romance. Oh, and by the way, there's a romance between Denim and this girl, so he hooks up with her, but little Kong kind of comes out of the corner, and he sees them, and he, you know, and he sees, like, I think he like knows that they're like have a romance moment, so he can. It's just, this part just made me laugh so much. He just pops out and he goes, whoop, and he just like goes back so quickly. I'm just like, oh, that's so adorable. He didn't want to interrupt them. Yeah, and it's really cool because Denim, you know, he feels, the thing that I really liked about it is that he feels a lot of remorse for what happened. So he helps out little Kong whenever he's in trouble, and you know, he doesn't shoot him, he doesn't get scared of him, he actually helps him. Like after he fought the bear, he got like a little cut on his finger, so he wrapped it up with I think the girl ripped some of her skirt, and Denim put it around the Kong's finger, which I thought was really cute. It was like, oh, so that was pretty cool. But here's where I'm gonna get a little bit into some spoilers, even though I kind of might have done a little bit of more spoilers before, but this is like a big spoiler, like probably the biggest spoiler that I don't want to spoil you people if you haven't seen the movie. So skip to this time if you don't want to hear the spoiler. If you skipped it, okay, good. So now I'm in complete spoiler territory. All right, you ready? Okay, so once they get the treasure, and this is weird in this movie, this part just comes out of nowhere. It's like, once they get the treasure and they start to leave the boat, the whole island just starts to have an earthquake, and I guess the whole freaking island of Skull Island just falls into the ocean. It just crumbles, and it just falls. And that's at least as far as I've gotten. Like, when I saw this part, I couldn't understand if it was the whole island that fell or if it was just part of it, but it looked like the whole island just went under the sea. And this is like the saddest part, because Denim and little Kong are the only ones that are still left on the island. The others have made it back onto their boat, and they were going to rescue them. And Denim and little Kong are trying to climb up this small little mountain that's starting to sink, and then like, poor little Kong gets his foot stuck in like a gap in the rocks, and he gets trapped there, and Denim's trying to help him, but he can't do anything, and they're sinking, and then basically little Kong gets sucked under the ocean, and little Kong grabs Denim and he holds him up to save him. So little Kong basically sacrificed himself to save Denim, and then he got him back on the boat, and little Kong drowns. He died. Little Kong dies in this movie. It's really sad. So yeah, that was like, I was like, what? That came out of nowhere. But then the movie ends. They all get back on shore, and or back on the boat, and Denim hooks up with the girl, so he gets the girl, and that's pretty much it. That's it of the classic Kong movies. So okay, so you've clicked back here to the non-spoiler part of it. So here's my final thoughts of the movie. So yes, it is. This was an alright movie. It was rushed. definitely rushed. I mean, it was made in the same year. You know, a lot of things were just kind of made probably just to have a sequel, just to make a little bit more money off of the name of King Kong. But the characters were good. I liked how they brought back Denham and Englehorn. That was really cool. The female actress, she did a good job. I freaking love the little. I think he's the Chinese cook guy. Oh my god, he's so funny. He's hilarious. But you guys have to watch the movie to understand what I'm talking about. And yeah, Little Kong himself, I like him actually. I thought I was kind of gonna hate him like Minya, from Son of Godzilla. Like I thought that these movies were kind of going to be similar, but no, I actually like little Kong. I thought he was the most adorable thing ever. Yeah, but that's pretty much my review for this film. If you guys haven't seen it, I do recommend watching it. I feel it's only like I think it was only like an hour and 20 minutes or so, so it's way shorter than the first one, and so I think it's a good one though. It's not terrible, it's not as good as the first one, but I feel like it's a good watch. So yeah, that's it for my review. Thank you guys so much for watching, and the next review I think will be King Kong Escapes. So I'll see you guys then. Stay big, G fans.